Well, hey there folks, and welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here, and we're doing a video about house music for once. Yes, that's right, the house music side of the channel I'm going to focus on with this short video. Got a few tunes playing in the background. Now, what this video is all about is it's giving you a bit of an introduction. If you're just wanting to explore some different kind of music, and you're wanting to look at sort of dance music and house music in particular, where you can find some good house tunes. So the kind of stuff that I'm kind of playing in the background right now, where to look for some really good house music, where you can find it if you want to listen to it, where you can find it if you want to download it, and just to give you an idea of what to sort of look out for. Okay, so first of all I'm going to speak to all the music streamers out there, all those that have your certain apps on your phone, or you have certain memberships to certain streaming sites. So I'm talking about people that listen to Amazon Music, people that listen to Apple Music or iTunes, people that listen to Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, all these kind of things. And you're thinking, I want to know really a good place to start for house music. So I'm going to speak to you people first, then I'm going to speak to more either the DJs or the people that sort of music collectors that like to download the stuff. Okay. So to the streamers, you know, you've got your Spotify account, you've got your Amazon, you've got your Apple Music, your Tidal, Deezer, whatever sort of music streaming app or website it is that you use. What I would strongly suggest to anybody that's looking to get into some really good house music is know your brands. Me, I'm a DJ, I love my house music, I love my really good sort of vocal house tunes, but I like my darker, techier side as well. Now, house music does have many subgenres, and first of all, it can just blow your mind. So I'd suggest a few record labels, a few brands to have a look at. Maybe listen to some of their stuff and you think, you know what, I quite like that, or maybe that's a bit too soft for me, or maybe that's a bit too heavy for me, and you'll find your niche as to what kind of house music subgenre, if you like, that you personally like. So brands or record labels is the way to go. Now, I was going to set up, because I've got my laptop here in the background, I was going to set up something with some logos so you know what to look out for, but I think this video is a bit too far away and the lighting and everything's not going to be great. So, do you know what, I'm just going to tell you about them, and please feel free to follow them on social media, so on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your Twitter, all that stuff. Follow their pages, follow them on YouTube, follow them on Spotify and on any other of the sort of sites, streaming sites that you go ahead and you have a membership with. So the first one, numero uno, I think they're the biggest, probably the biggest and one of the longest going record labels in house music, certainly British house music, and that is Defected, baby. Defected, D-E-F-E-C-T-E-D, Defected. Let me see if I can bring it up on here. I don't know if you can see that there, it says we are Defected, you probably can't. But Defected Records, we got this since 1999. Simon Dunmore is the big boss man of Defected, and they play really good groovy house music. It used to be really funky and soulful. They had a bit of a rebrand and went to this sort of black and white logo in about 2012, 2013, and they went a bit more underground and warehousey, but they still do have some really solid releases. So Defected Records, all day long and twice on Sundays. Check them out, please. Next one I'm going to mention is a brand that's sort of died off. It's had a bit of a die death, but it's sort of coming back, and that is Head Candy. H-E-D for Head Candy, K-A-N-D-I. Head Candy, 2 words. They launched around about the same time as Defected. They were launched by a guy called Mark Doyle, who did absolute wonders for the brand. They became a worldwide music event. They used to have live saxophone players and drummers or bongo players alongside the DJs, and it was all about having a really good party, a really good Saturday night out, so to speak. In about 2014, they got took over by Ministry of Sound, and so they got much more commercialised. But Mark Doyle went off and did his own thing. He's actually been brought back in by Ministry to sort of resurge the Head Candy brand. So check out Head Candy. They have a radio show that's probably up on the likes of YouTube and Spotify. I know it's on Mixcloud. Didn't mention Mixcloud. If you remember Mixcloud, definitely follow Defected Records and Head Candy. Up next, what you listen to in the background is some of the new stuff from Tool Room Records. Don't know if you can see that logo. That is Tool Room. It's in black and white. It's got a circle on it. T. You might have seen me wear some Tool Room t-shirts. Massive fan of Tool Room. Head honcho Tool Room is Mark Knight. He's a brilliant DJ and producer in his own right. And Tool Room have kind of gone 360. They started off a bit like what you're hearing in the background, some good sort of vocal house music. They went quite tribal and techy, some tech house beats, really sort of underground clubby stuff. And they've sort of gone a bit, as I say, 360. So they've kind of gone into big vocal, up-tempo house music, gone more housey again with Tool Room. But again, if you're a member of all these streaming sites, check out Tool Room Records. That's TOOLROOM, Tool Room Records. Give them a follow, listen to what they've got to say. The next one I'm going to do is an up-and-coming record label. Again, it's quite vocally, lots of pianos in, lots of female and male vocals, and it's got some really good up-and-coming producers on it, and it is this one, Let There Be House. So Let There Be House Records. Glenn Horsburgh is the main man behind Let There Be House Records. He used to be with Head Candy, funnily enough. He used to be an ex-Head Candy DJ and producer, and he launched his own labels. It's going from strength to strength. So really big pianos and really peak time sort of stuff is Let There Be House Records. Go check them out on their socials. Go follow them on the likes of Spotify. Really good stuff, really good. There are many other record labels, by the way, that are not mentioned on this. These are just a few that I follow, that when I always go onto certain websites and see what their latest offerings are. Might listen to them on YouTube, and then I'll think, right, I'll download a copy of that and put it in some of my mixes. The next record label, again, is quite new for a record label, but it's from one of the biggest events companies now worldwide, global. And if you've ever been to one of these parties, feel free to check them out on YouTube. So Google them, have a look at the videos, see what their parties are all about, and it'll blow your mind because it's absolutely crazy. I am talking about the mad world of Elro. E-L-R-O-W. If you've not seen Elro before, bright colours, about as bright as this t-shirt, really bright loud colours, and then you have big massive confetti cannons, and you have people dressed up. They might have a pirate theme, for example. Now people dressed as pirates trying to slash them with knives and stuff. Fake knives, no knife crime going on, but you know what I mean. Dressed up as, you know, Captain Sparrow and all that kind of thing. And they have all these themed parties. But their music is purely underground, tech house, techno, a bit of trance, some really, really heavier stuff, really thumping beats. They now have a record label called Elro Music. So again, follow Elro Music, and they have got some really sort of underground stuff for you. If you're a newbie getting into dance music and you're not really into house music, maybe don't go straight for the Elro stuff, because it is going to be quite repetitive and heavy and thumpy. So it's not really your cup of tea, but if you really want to just experience a crazy night in La La, crazy Elro land, check out Elro Music. There are many other record labels, by the way, that I've not mentioned. They're just a few to give you an idea of what to follow on your social medias and also on your Spotify, on your Deezer, on your Tidal, on YouTube, all those things. Check out their latest releases. So they put up live DJ mixes, and if YouTube doesn't copyright them, you get to listen to them. Okay, I'm now going to speak quickly, last couple of minutes of this video, and I'm going to look at the people that like to download their tunes. So DJs, bedroom DJs that like myself, that have been around a while. Well, I'm sure DJs have been around a while, you know where you get your music from. But any up and coming DJs, or if you just like to download the tracks and have your own collection, if you're a music collector and you prefer to have the songs copied onto your hard drive on MP3 or WAV format rather than just streaming. Then I'm going to give you two websites. There's a third one as well, but the two main ones that I use. One is for the more commercial side of things, and the other one is a bit more underground and a bit sort of housey and soulful. So numero uno, one of the premium download sites. It is this, it is Beatport, beatport.com. That's Beatport, beatport.com, and it is probably the global #1 electronic dance music download site. So it has so many genres on there. So it has house, it has deep house, it has funky / grooving / jacking house, but then it has techno on it. It has different levels of techno, it has trance, it has hardcore, rave, drum and bass, hip hop, grime. It has all different genres of sort of electronic forms of dance music. Now, if you're not quite sure, because as I say, house music, it has tech house on there, deep tech, minimal, tribal, Afro house. It has a lot of subgenres on there. So if you are just getting into it, so maybe you're a music collector, so I'm not talking about DJs. If you're a DJ, you should kind of get an idea of what subgenres you're into, what kind of music you want to collect, that you want to download, that you want to keep for yourself. But if you're just wanting to get into dance music and you'd rather have, you know, maybe old school, people used to have record collections, used to delve through the LPs, the vinyl discs, or CDs, you know, drawers or stacked high of CDs, you know, you like your collection. So you want a digital collection rather than just stream it. But you're not quite sure what subgenre you want to go for. You don't quite know whereabouts you're going to fit in. Then what they do have is you also have DJ top 10s. So there might be certain DJs you're like, oh, well, you know, Carl Cox, I like Carl Cox, I've heard of Carl Cox. And then he'll have a top 10 of the month, and it'll sort of point you in the right direction, so you can maybe listen to songs and think, oh yeah, I quite like that, I'll download that. Now, please bear in mind that these download websites only give you a sample of each track. So it's about 30 seconds. So it only gives you a little snapshot of the songs that you're going to buy. What I would suggest is, if you're happy with that sample, by all means, put it in your cart, your little trolley cart, as they call it, it's sort of American, and then you can take it from there. Beatport UK pricing, I'm looking at about 99p a track at the moment, so it's about £1 a track. Now, what I tend to do is I'll listen to a sample, and I mean, I've been DJing for quite a while. I've certainly been a house music collector since about 1997. So I kind of know what, within 30 seconds I'll know if I like the song. But if I'm not too sure, I'll make a note of the artist and the song title, and then I'll go onto YouTube and see if I can find the whole, you know, if it's a 7-minute long extended remix, I'll listen to the whole 7 minutes, so then I'll get an idea of where the song starts, you know, from the intro and then where it ends in the outro, so then I can think, oh, well, this will be a point where I'll start mixing to the song or end mixing out of the last song. That's just a DJ tip. But for anyone that's new to music and you want to download songs because you want a music collection, but the 30-second sample's not really done it for you, then I would strongly suggest taking a note of the artist and the title, the song title, and searching it on YouTube. See if you can find the full 7-minute long version, have a listen to it, and then you'll think, you know what, that's pretty good. And download that and go back to Beatport, pay your £1. I will also recommend SoundCloud to anyone. So SoundCloud, in fact, we'll come on to SoundCloud in just a bit. So that's download site number 1 is Beatport. Download site number 2, this is paid download site, of course, is TrackSource. That's TRAX Source, SOURCE, tracksource.com. Now this is an American website and it is in American dollars. So if you're from the UK like me or from any other country, you're probably going to have to do some working out on your conversion rates. But if you do sign up, give your email and become sort of a TrackSource member, then they do send you discount codes. Because I'll be honest with you, TrackSource is more expensive than Beatport. Beatport is about £1 a track. TrackSource can be $1.99 to $2.50 a track. So it's about £1.30, £1.50, £1.60 a track. So it's more expensive. But what they do is they will do every now and again, they'll do a 15%, 20% off discount code. And if you are a regular downloader, then what they'll send you is they'll actually send you a 30% off code that you can reuse throughout the month. So if you think, maybe I'll download 10 tracks at the beginning of the month and 5 at the end, then that same discount code will be reusable throughout the whole month. So that is TrackSource. Again, there's top 100 on, there's top 10 DJ charts. As many genres as you can shake a stick at. However, I will say TrackSource is more house music based. So Beatport is sort of all dance music. TrackSource is more house music, but it's subgenre a lot better. So you've got just general house, you've got soulful house, you've got Afro house, you've got deep house, jacking house. You've got a lot of subgenres of house music, and if you know your subgenres and what you want, personally I think TrackSource has a better selection if I'm looking for deeper stuff, soulful stuff, funkier stuff. But then some of the commercial songs and the big labels, I might divert back to Beatport because it's a little bit cheaper, and sometimes you have to save the wallet. But I can't commend TrackSource. TrackSource also have better promos, so things that are up front, and they release stuff a couple of weeks before the general release, just purely for TrackSource members. So TrackSource, check them out. Okay, I did say SoundCloud, so I'll quickly mention Mixcloud. Mixcloud is where I've got a lot of my DJ mixes. Check them out, mixcloud.com/Andrew Eddy Edwards. Eddy spelled EDDY, thank you very much. And mixcloud.com/Tekken, TECHKEN, for my tech house mixes. So I'm under 2 names on there. Mixcloud is again streaming. You can't download anything off Mixcloud, but it's purely for DJ mixes. So again, you can go through subgenres, and if you want to get an idea of what sort of dance music or house music is going to be your bag, Mixcloud is free to join up, doesn't cost anything. You can listen to loads of stuff and DJ mixes for free, and it'll give you an idea. SoundCloud is more for producers. So SoundCloud is really for people that are making their own tracks and they haven't been signed to a record label. They'll put up free downloads. So if you become a SoundCloud member, you can have the app on your phone as well, but I'll say SoundCloud works the same as Mixcloud. So if you have the app, it's purely for streaming. And again, you can stream, there are some DJ mixes on there, but SoundCloud is usually just one-off tracks, individual tracks. But SoundCloud can be for any form of music. So you can listen to some jazz on there, you can listen to some country and western, some rock music. Artists can just upload to SoundCloud to get their sound out there. So it's a great resource, but it's a very good resource for free downloads. So what happens is quite a lot of bedroom producers, new producers getting into the producing their own stuff, they might take a well-known song and they might remix it, and they'll put their own remix with a free download link via SoundCloud. So well worth checking out on SoundCloud. You've got to, go through some stuff, but you can find some great up-and-coming producers on there, free downloads. So there you have it. I've gone through a few record labels with you, what to listen out for. If you're a streamer, on your Deezer, on your Spotify, on your Apple Music, your Amazon, YouTube, iTunes, whichever form it is that you choose. I've given you 2 paid websites that I use to download tracks off of, and then SoundCloud for up-and-coming producers and unsigned stuff for free downloads. Mixcloud, again, if you just want to listen to DJ mixes, great for if you're out on a run or in the gym. I love listening to mixes when I'm in the gym. I love listening to tech house sort of mix. There's stuff that's playing now in the background that's a bit techie and tribal. I love listening to that while I'm out running because it can kind of pump me when I'm going to pills and stuff. Great. Thank you very much for listening to me waffle on for about 20 minutes. Do me a favour, like, share and subscribe to this channel. We like hoppy beer, we like good house music. That was on the house music side. We'll be having some more beer reviews coming up, and also let you know when our next stream's coming up, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, ciao for now, people.